trying to distract myself from what's happening. I have this phenomenon a lot in like volleyball. Like I was just playing tonight, right? Where it's like, if it's set point, or if we're down like 22-24 and I'm serving, so I need to hit like 3 serves and we need to win all the points, then I'm definitely not thinking like, oh, I need to get this serve in or something. I'm not thinking like, I think the worst thing a Melee can think is like, oh, I need to hit this guy right now, or like, I need to kill this guy. Because then you're not actually playing the game, you're not interacting, you're not taking things as they come. You're trying to enforce your will on the game in a place where you really can't. I think you know that too, which is why you're asking me how to stay composed and how to not like get in that frame of mind. I don't know, man. Like when at Genesis, I remember to make it out of pools at either 3 or 4. Like I'm so fucking nervous. I start playing like shit, and then like I don't think Tony appears, or Tony's already there, but like Mikey and the AZ guys find Tony, and then Tony tells them cheer for me, and they start chanting "suck that dick," and you know, I just start laughing because it's really funny, and like I'm not a headphones guy or whatever. And then I'm just like, I'm kind of out of it for a bit, and then like I win the set, and I'm really happy because I'm just like, I'm kind of laughing, I'm having fun. I remember in like a crew battle against SU or something, like it was the summer I practiced reaction tech chase, so I'm coming into senior year. And I grab Brian Hansen on Final Destination, and I down throw him, and I get the first tech chase, and then I throw up the number 1 with my right hand. And then I grab him again, I do it again, I do it with my right hand, I get number 2, I get 3. And then at 4, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling myself too much, I gotta get this tech chase, and I fuck it up, right? Yeah. But like, to me, and I really don't know if this is good or replicable advice, I'm lucky. I try and remove myself from like the pressure of the outcome of the situation, and I don't really know how. I don't know. Just like a little bit of distraction. There's 2 other things I do that may or may not work for you. One of them is I'll like say this, but I won't repeat it. And I won't say it with words. I don't know if you're like a word thinker in your head, but I'll have the idea that's like, like I've done this before, right? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I know how to do this, I know how to do this, I know how to do this, but like, this is not an unfamiliar situation for me. And I think just like a little reminder of that, or like the feeling of that, kind of helps me calm down a bit. And then I don't know if there's time to do this in Melee, but in volleyball, I talked to my therapist about when I used to get like really nervous, and then she taught me this like relaxation, this like, oh no, not relaxation, but like a distraction / focus technique where it's like you pick 3 senses, and then you pick like 1, 2, 3 on them. What's up, down?
Yo.
So it's like,
holy
here comes the fucking scad. It's like, name 3 things you can see in your head, and like, name 2 things you can feel. Like, oh, I feel like the sweat dripping down my forehead, or like, oh, I feel like my shoes on the floor or something. And then like 1 thing you like smell or whatever. Just like something like that. And that kind of, because I've done it enough and practiced it, it kind of helps me reset the situation I'm in. But I don't think it would like work right away. And it's not always smell or touch.
Where it's like when the function got blank.
What do you mean?
Like, I saw one where it's like when the function got 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch.
Yeah, that's it.
I love
how
the first thing Tony says is like, you know that meme.
So we're talking about mentality and how you're a big self-2 guy and you don't get nervous except that one time.
Tony, can you see the stream?
Yeah, I can see it.
Watch this come back.
I'm watching.
See, I like saying that as opposed to I'm gonna kill you a certain way with like.
Oh. Yep, he's cooking.
Yeah. Or you know when Tony starts yapping when he's on last stock, and he's like, ooh, ah, ooh. He's like, I feel like that's good because it kind of, he's not thinking about every little thing he's doing, but he's just like, he's just moving it on. He's just cooking.
Oh my god.
He's just cooking.
I'm nervous because my goat's here. Hold on.
Krillin Ball.
Krillin Ball is so fucking good.
Did you know how they always put like Goku like SSJ2 or something? Yeah, I'm nervous because when I go to, I'm thinking about how to power shift these lasers when I should just be playing the game.
Did I miss any big mentality Mike nuggets?
Not really. I'm kind of rambling. I don't know how to help.
When the function got 5 things I can see.
You gotta find that. I thought Dusty was gonna ask me about like just like being bad and losing and that feeling, and I had a well-prepared answer for that.
What's your answer for that?
It's just like part of the process, and like literally everyone does it. Literally everyone thinks they're shit all the time. Like, I've been watching tennis, I think I told you maybe a while ago, and like all the top players are fucking rage monsters, and after every loss they're like, I fucking suck, the sport fucking sucks, I want to die.
Oh my god.
It happens at like every level of the game, always. And then I was gonna drop the high Q quote I really liked. It's like, it's fine if you're ass right now because there's nothing more exciting than like getting better at something. But then you were talking about plateaus and mentality, and that's harder. Just being bad is easy. I feel like being bad is like kind of sick, actually.
Yeah.
But like how to break a plateau? I mean, okay, I was gonna say this to you. Fuck, I had all this stuff prepped and you mixed me up. But you play Falco, and to use another volleyball analogy, playing Falco in this game, I feel like is being like 5'5" and playing volleyball, which is just like, it's really hard, and you have to be better at everything than everyone just to get the same result. And your character does not have consistent ground follow-ups and is not a consistent character. So you yourself need to like really focus and practice on consistency. And how do you improve a consistency? I don't really know. But that's what I would think about that. Any other nuggets you'd like?
No, I think that's been the answer for like 6 years, dude.
Yeah, and okay, yeah. That's what we're like, every fucking volleyball loss is like, my team's kind of good now, and I'm kind of good. But like, we'll go on streaks where we lose like 3 or 4 points, and it's really fucking annoying. And we can like talk about what happens, but it seems like the answer at the end of the day is still like, oh, it's gonna be more consistent. Like, all the good teams we watch, like we can 30-40% of the time maybe pull off a play like that. But if it's not 100% of the time, then the game is like a game of inches. So you get fucked if you're not always consistent. And that's why Zane is the best player.
Yeah.
But he also plays an insanely consistent character.
But that can't be my excuse.
Yeah, it can't be an excuse, because there's plenty of Falco players who are like way better than me, who have, you know, won Arcadians and done whatever, and we're not even playing at the highest level, so like... And excuses aren't cool anyway. Excuses are really lame. It's just cool to be bad and then accept it and get better.
Yeah. How much film do you watch, Don?
That's huge too.
Dude, I'm so fiction lesson pilled, it's actually fucking crazy. It's so
Or I mean, like of yourself.
Oh yeah.
I'm watching my own sets pretty
like
often, actually. I'm trying to do more. I think I remember telling you, Mike, I might have told you this too, about my my VOD review process.
Ooh.
I remember hearing about it a while ago, but I wouldn't mind a refresher. Oh, come on. I'm in the air, I don't know why.
Ooh.
I'm a ground-based character.
That was a crazy angle for no reason.
Oh, sir. Check the
Sir.
fob.
Little self one taking over. Little self one taking over.
Check the fob.
Oh, Mike doesn't have a talk?
Never has.
Never ever. So you watch your own VOD, but what is your VOD review process as I rob this game from you?
I mean, I normally like to watch like one game through. I try not to pick a game that's like super long. It also depends, like, for some reason I just I don't watch like a lot of like my ranked sets. I'll try and find like if I run into somebody who's like on unranked who I play for like 6 or 7 games in a row. I'll like watch one of those or something, or if I play like on stream at Verdugo, then I'll try and watch it.
I feel like watching rank sense might be good though, because
Simulating.
you'll play against people playing like dweebs.
Yeah, I did that the other day actually, and then I like literally the next set like ran into the same player.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even really like take notes. I just kind of watched it, but essentially just like I could show you, but I'm trying to think of like what it is that I'm looking out for. I think like in general, like I try and think a lot about like my own spacing. Like if I'm watching myself and I'm not just trying to like gather ideas from another Falco, I'll try to notice like how I'm positioning myself in the stage and like the very basic like rock view shit of like how did I get hit? How did I get the hit? Where was I? And then as I go along, just kind of like coming up with ideas for stuff or things to like go back and like find the answer to. Like if I'm like, oh, like what percent does this kill at on this stage? Like if I had like shot a couple more lasers earlier, could I have like actually gotten the kill off of the back air or something like that?
Oh, very nice.
Or just like random shit that in my head, like can I lab out like at like 20%, like sort of mid percent, can I lab out what options like Mark has if I like dare up tilt them, And then I think what always like I didn't like about VOD review, like especially like still in the SU days, was just like I take all these notes and then like what the fuck am I supposed to do with all of it? Like it just felt like it was like a bunch of information just sort of like sitting there and like, am I supposed to go back and like read all this shit and like be able to synthesize it? Like, oh, I'm gonna go play a Peach. Like I have to go read my, most recent Peach VOD review notes and shit. So I like just try and I don't know, not make it too complicated. Like just notice stuff, things that I find interesting or. Yeah, like spacing stuff, punish stuff, or like timing. I've been thinking a lot about, like in Kadori's little guide, he talks a lot about like rhythm and timing, which is like, I think
super
like
important with Falco too.
Yeah,
that's all he's got really. Oh.
The rhythm and timing shit seems like so next level to me that like I don't
Really?
know.
I feel like you do it in a way that you don't. You could probably be thinking about that a bit more. But it's not like you're all doing things at the same time.
I definitely like unconsciously do it, which I think is good, but I think like thinking about like the actual like nitty gritty of the whole shit, it just seems like so fucking convoluted, like in like a cool way. Like that's like kind of the whole fucking point of the game.
Yeah. Well, yes, makes sense. I would agree.
But yeah, so kind of just like taking notes on, like I said, just like thoughts that come into my head as I watch what I'm doing and how I'm playing.
You're so fast, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, you have all the pieces of the mechanics. That was really fast.
Okay, after this game, I need to go to sleep.
What's your flight tomorrow?
7 a.m.
Are you going to Japan tomorrow?
No, I'm going to Chicago.
Oh,
Hang out with Brian.
Fuck yeah. Bri guy. I was
Fucking
just thinking about Brian the other day.
Well, you're gonna see him. He's coming to the birthday party.
Oh, that's right.
And so are you.
It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
But anyways, I tried to like break down like all of the notes, like literally just like physically like cut and paste everything into like essentially 2 or 3 specific categories. Normally it's like things I like notice about the game plan that I may be like doing wrong or could be doing differently. So it'd be like game plan notes, and then like action items, like things that I can practice or like things I can like go into Uncle Punch and be like, what % does this kill at? You know, and just sort of make note of it.
It seems like your VOD review is very like technical, like mechanic focused, like situation focused.
I've been really kind of like, I can't remember when this was. I think it was like I lost to some Peach or some shit at Verdugo, and I was like, why the fuck am I losing to Peach? And it was like, I feel like I'm losing to Peach for like the exact same reason why I lost to Peach like in 2017, which was like, I just don't know how to play against Peach.
Okay, fair enough.
So I've kind of tried to like start from the beginning and like work on like actual game plans and like not as consciously as I can, like not make things like too complicated so that like it's like, oh, I'm about to go play Sheik, like let me go read like the 2 notes that I have for about it, you know? It's just like be ambiguous and, you know, like mix up, like if I'm going to like hit their shield, like I need to like mix it up like constantly.
That's a good note. I really actually, it's funny, but I do like the note. You should be ambiguous, and you should mix up the shield constantly.
That's what the guy that I almost beat at Verdugo on Monday. We like unplugged and was like, "Do you want to know why you lost?" It was like such a Chad move, and I was like, "Of course I do." And he was like, game 1, you would like dare like shine my shield and then like short hop over and like hit me with a back air or something. And then you would mix in like, you know, shine grab, like laser grab and stuff. And so then he was like, okay, like he essentially was like, you beat my level 1 mix-up, so now I'm going to go for my level 2 mix-up, which is like spot dodge out of shield. And I was like,
and you just never punished that?
Yeah, I didn't notice.
You're still jumping, yep.
And I was like, that's crazy. And then in my mind, I was like level 2 mix-ups, like what?
Level 2 mix? What the heck? Alright, I gotta go.
Peace down. Have a safe flight.
Have a safe flight, Tony.
I want to jump in on one of these on a melee sesh soon now. This looks like fun. I'm sad I can't
It's actually
stick
quite
around.
fun.
Mike, when I was like, yo, like, we need to play, this is what I wanted to do.
Nice.
I needed the sage wisdom.
I'm giving you nothing so far.
I need mentality, Mike. I need Mike to tell me it's okay.
Positive mentality, Mike.
See you guys later.
Later, Tone.
Like, man.
Safe travels.
I mean, I think what you're doing is like kind of separate. I guess because Tony asked a lot of you questions, so it is like a little separate. I think what you're doing is really good and will take you really far in this game if you get really good at it. Like, you know, everyone says punish game. Like, punish game is a requirement. Now, not even to be like a top 100 player, but like probably like a regional PR player. And if you don't know how to kill
to even be just like to win a set. Like, I don't think you can dink and dunk your way to like winning anything now. Like, it's so hard, dude. It's so hard.
I'm pretty sure I'm going 0-2. Like, I was pretty close last thing I was.
Sorry. What were you saying?
No, I don't remember. I was saying that I think what you're doing is really good and you should keep doing it for VOD. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Like, if you can't kill... Well, I mean, you're playing... I don't know. I always use the Falco excuse, but I shouldn't use it either. It's just like... You know, I played Marth and Sheik, so it's like... it was relatively straightforward for me, and I still had no excuse, and I wasn't like the best at it. Like touch chasing and like one touching and like all this shit. But with Falco, like you really need to. I think what Falco has, and you know this too, that Marth and Sheik also have, but Falco doesn't put it. So what Falco has to use is like constant advantage state, like. And I think maybe when you're watching a VOD, in addition to seeing like where you could have killed or like what options your opponent has, you should look out for when you have advantage state and what you did to lose it. Because losing it is really bad. Like I don't know how you just got knocked down here, but now if I was better, you'd do better. And like when you get a clean hit on me, we can see what happens posthumously.
I actually, one of the other things I've been trying to do, this is like reading the Squid Guide from like, I don't even remember, 2016 or something.
Fog.
Where he talks about like keeping a journal.
Oh, I like that.
Like journaling after tournaments.
Yeah, I have a volleyball journal. I don't do it all the time, but I do it sometimes.
Yeah, same. I have like some journal entries like going back to like fucking like Rain 2 and shit.
Good tournament.
I think I went 0-2 at that tournament.
I hope I went to that one.
But
That's that small.
I feel like something I've noticed is like, and I think this is like more so a mental block than actually like literally not knowing what it is that I need to do. Because I'll like choose. So essentially, like what I've noticed is that oftentimes like I'll take the first stock in a game.
Yep.
And then they'll like come down from the angel platform, and I'll like essentially just like immediately get reversal.
Nice. Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, like like let's try and like get them up to like 60%. Like that way, like if I hit like with one back air, like essentially against every character, like I'm gonna knock them off stage. Just like so, like that's just all I want to do.
Yeah.
Like just to break it down super dumb. Like, just back air off stage, some shit.
Yeah.
Try and edge guard. Rinse, repeat.
I would. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And like one of the things that like I remember Fiction talking about, and he's like the goat at this, is like you come down from the angel platform, he like wave lands on the side plat, you come down, he will like full hop like all the way in the air, and then he'll like come down, like wave land, like either on like one of the side platforms or the top platform, and then like full hop again, and then by that point like you've lost invincibility and like you're Falco, so it's like what are they gonna do to like get you?
Yeah.
Like they would have to like commit super hard to trying to shark you, and I don't know. It's one thing to be Fiction and have like his execution.
Yeah.
But I've just found that like it's almost like I can't help myself, which I think is kind of the self-A, self-B type shit.
Sure.
Where it's like I know what it is that I have to do, and then when I don't do it, I'm like, why am I not just like I have the advantage here? Why am I not doing it?
Yes. Okay.
And
That's really hard. Yeah.
And I think I'm just not doing it because I'm like, oh, like I think it might be just as simple as like I'm noticing that I have the advantage state. Sorry. I'm noticing that I have the advantage.
Yeah.
Like I have the stock lead, I have a percent lead. Like now I can like spend like 12 seconds camping, or
yeah.
just like trying to get percent back up. Your recovery is so annoying.
I watched one PPU video. Don't want everyone to watch it.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I kind of see what you're saying.
Like, I genuinely think, like, if I could do that consistently, like, just hold a lead,
yeah,
then, like, the game will become so much easier for me.
Well, what's your, and Fiction's, I guess, opinion on playing differently depending on the, like, the stock percentage and stuff? Like,
what's my opinion on it?
Yeah, like, do you think you should play differently based on how many stocks you have, your opponent has? I know you should definitely play differently based on percent, because this is now a percent type game.
I mean, what I feel a lot of the time is, like, if I'm, like, down, like, 2 stocks to 1, and I'm trying to, like, make the, you know, the comeback, like, they're at, like, 80 or 90% or something, and I'm already, like, sort of at high percent.
Yeah.
I feel like this happens at Verdugo, like, a lot. Where, like, I will feel like I play, like, pretty good, and then my opponent will get a lead, and then I'll, like, almost claw it all the way back. Will be, like, 150% last stock game 3. And then I lose.
And how do you claw it almost all the way back?
I feel like I claw it all the way back because I, like, just, like, if I'm doing it right, I feel like I am, like, playing, like, you know, obviously a lot more carefully.
Yeah. But then, you see where I'm going, but yeah, go ahead.
I kind of think I see where you're going. I think I need you to sort of spell it out for a little bit.
It's just like, then why wouldn't you always play that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I think, Fiction goes over this in, one of his, like, Falco Marth lessons, where it's like, Marth wants to go for, like, he was essentially saying, like, you, as Falco, like, don't do anything, like, don't gamble at all.
Yes.
For, like,
I agree.
like, the first stock, like, just don't gamble. Because all Marth wants to do is just, like, use the first, like, stock to gamble to get, like, a really early kill on you.
Yep.
And then, like, the longer that I stay alive as Falco, the less likely they are to gamble.
Yes.
Even though, like, you know, if we were to play, like, the risk-reward, you know, thing over and over, like, they should probably keep gambling. Maybe not, like, as hard if they're down. Because, like, you know, most of the matchup for Falco is, like, trying to bait with punish and shit.
Yeah. I really think I see what you're saying. I see what Fiction's saying. Like, this is kind of generic as well, but the most annoying Falcos I've ever played, it's like Zoo, Alex Wallin, that one guy Zest. If you remembered him, ever played him?
Zest, the blue Falco.
Yeah, Zest, the blue Falco. It's like it's not like David can fly or like, I don't know, the Falcos who throw themselves at me and die. Like, those Falcos, you know, sometimes they'll be really good, but they are the least consistent players. But Alex Wallin, incredibly, well, not incredibly, but decently consistent, because, you know, he's playing like, he's got shit to lose.
Yeah.
if Falco dies, he dies in real life. And I don't think that you should change your whole play style to play like that. But, like, I agree with what Fiction's saying at this first stock, I'm kind of like, you know, I might throw out an F smash, like I just want to knock you down. If I can get the lead, then I'm pretty sure that you will start playing worse. Like, most Falcos, most players will start playing worse from a deficit. Because they get greedier, right? They're like, oh, I need to get a lead. And good players, like what you do when you come back at Verdugo, is like, you try and play safer, you play smarter, you treat your stock like it matters. Like, if you're going to use your percent now to CC, which I'm not super good at, then you're going to use that percent to make sure you get something off it, right? It's like, everything is like a resource.
Yeah.
And the safer, at least for me, I think because I'm not like the best player, my mentality's not super good, but the safer someone plays against me, the more frustrated I get, the more antsy I get, the more likely I am to like throw out my Yomi level 1 grab, right? And then you can spot dodge it, and then timing. I'm like, oh, I have to hit this. I have to get this grab because I'm not getting many opportunities to kill this guy. If you can kind of induce that feeling in your opponent, like, that is when I am mentally the weakest. It's like, oh, this hit has to count for something. And then I start trusting my punish game less, and like, that's just kind of personally how I've collapsed in games before. And I'm not saying like you need to trigger your opponent to do this or something. But playing in that like safer, no gambling way, I think is really good for a while. Because, yeah, it's like, now I'm playing this character with a giant bear, these lasers that have counterplay, but they're still not like fun, you know? Mentally, they're taxing. And I think that's a kind of an understated part of lasers. And you know, you're playing good character mobility, and then you can kind of wall me out. And then when I'm really frustrated, then like you can go in, and that's the tempo thing, and then maybe like I read you going in, and you just like delay one thing, or you pick like bear instead of dare in one spot where maybe conventionally you wouldn't, but because I'm trying to ASDI down, or I'm trying to like SDI to dodge a shine after I get bared, and then I get sent off the map, and you know, like mix-ups. I'm just talking about mix-ups at this point, but
Yeah, which is like, I think where obviously I think Falco has like the big advantage.
yes, like he is a mix-up character. In Street Fighter, there's characters that like will two-touch you consistently, but they have a pretty forward game plan. Maybe like Marth, kind of. Even though Marth's really good at it. But Falco is like, you have to like 5 or 6 touch me, and you have to really earn it. But if you do really earn it, if you get those 5 or 6 touches in a row, then I'm gonna feel like, fuck. Like, he is... I'm sorry, my beat. But he's destroying me. And that is a really bad feeling. Like here, I'm like, you know, I'm down and like, I want to hit you, so you can see that I'm just doing this over and over, and you're grabbing me and throwing me off the ledge. And this is like not a game we're playing right now, because you're just absolutely fucking me.
I think this like, literally this specific thing of...
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but like, again, the Fiction VOD review, where he was like, this was like some chic VOD review he was doing, where he was like, don't get discouraged if you like knock Sheik off the stage and you don't kill her the first time. Like, if you knock her off stage again, like, he essentially was like, think about how they feel as the Sheik. They're like, fuck, I have to fucking keep trying, and like, I have to essentially hope that my opponent fucks up in order for me to get back. So it's like, just keep hitting them off, you know?
Yeah. I know it's
like,
annoying for you to do it, but it's way more annoying to spend 5 minutes playing a recovery mix-up and still losing at the end.
Yeah, I think it doesn't feel so much annoying anymore, because like now it's like, to a certain extent, it feels like it's just kind of like what I have to do. So I'm like, why would I get annoyed at like what
that's good.
Like have to do to like survive? You know?
Yeah. And then the flip side of that is, if you mess up, or if they like, they create a situation where it's not guaranteed and they have a true mix-up, then, and if you lose that mix-up, then it's fine, you know? Because it is just a... Oh, I hate that Alec was right, but he always used the phrase, and I hated it. Like, weighted RPS. But it really is just like, you know, just weighted RPS and guessing, and that's what it is, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what you were saying about the fiction thing about, like, confidence, and, like, the Marth will lose confidence and stop gambling. But you really shouldn't. You should just, you know, you should play the same all the time. Where I was eventually getting was that it's just like a Daigo quote, where he's like, you should just always play, like, when you're at like pixel health or magic pixel or whatever, and you come back and win, like, you should just be playing like that the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to get hit. That's the Isaiah shit, kind of. But then, you know, crouch cancel and whatever. So sometimes it's okay to get hit, as long as you're getting something good from it.
It has to be like a setup, you know?
Yeah.
I think, fuck, I had something else to say. I don't know, I feel like I'm, like, pretty close to, like, where I want to be, like, tech skill consistency-wise. There's definitely, like, some stuff that, I don't feel like super confident in. Like I've been like really trying to like do like left side ledge dashes more.
Nice.
For some reason, I don't know if it was just like the new controller that I got, but like I just like can't tech anything right now. So I was like actually in Uncle Punch, like having Mario like down throw me and like being like, okay, like what is the actual tech window here? That was literally something that in like VOD review I was like, what's the actual tech window? I've never thought about it.
I don't know, 7 frames? 6 frames?
I think it's 7 frames, yeah.
Okay, word.
And obviously it's like, you know, it's like very refreshing to like go back and like watch some Mango VODs and be like, he's not hitting every tech. Like you just like
Oh yes.
like,
yeah, of course not.
It's like it's so hard to even do like, you know, something Doran talks about is like I'm sure he talks about this like in the Marth guide that I presume that you read that he did.
Yeah,
like,
I read it a while ago.
It's something along the lines of like your like the base human reaction time is like 15 frames, and you can do like these like little math, you know, problems or whatever to like determine like if something like if an action that you do or if an action that your opponent does is like actually reactable.
Okay.
Like if the total amount of frames that it takes to do the set of actions is longer than 15 seconds, then you can react to it, and if it's shorter, then you can't react to it.
Okay, yeah, I think I've heard that before, or I've heard it applied in context of like what's reactable and what isn't.
Yeah. But it's like refreshing at least to like watch like really good players be like, okay, like they can't obviously hit, like just because they're like, you know, top 10 in the world, like doesn't mean that they can.
Yeah.
Like reliably hit.
Nice. I like that.
I also feel like because I got like a little bit better at the game, like my DI and my defense has gotten worse.
Oh, because you're trying new things, or like
I think because like because I'm like getting hit a little less and I'm hitting harder. I'm like spending just like literally less time in game thinking about like I remember being in Tuck and being like, dude, like I have like some of the best recoveries I think like in the stage just because like I spent all game like getting comboed.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I literally felt that way too. I felt like my most shroomed like quality was that I actually like had a really good DI and never died with Sheik, because I was just so used to getting fucking hit off and like repeating and like just also some like innate sense of like I think the angle manipulation, but yeah, I feel that. I wanted to say something. This has been better for like at least a year since like the last 2 times we played. But I remember when we used to play at Suck, something I thought you were like you were pretty bad at was like you're really good at combos kind of, but your combo enders or your move choice at the end would be like really bad. It would be like dare back to the stage or like an up air that wouldn't kill and wouldn't really hit me off either. But now I feel like you're very good at putting me in the disadvantageous offstage position. And that is like, you gotta be doing that as Falco.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah.
No, I agree. I still think some of the uppers are good.
Yeah.
I had a crazy brain blast earlier when I was like waiting for my like second match to get fucking timed out by that fucking stupid ass Luigi.
Yeah.
Damn. I was like, I wonder if there's like some world where dare turnaround up smash is like a thing.
Where dare turnaround up smash?
Yeah.
With Falco?
It's probably not. But I was like,
wait.
I tried it like against Falco at like 20% or something.
Oh, you mean the dare where it's like they just kind of recoil into the ground but they don't bounce?
It's before they knock down. So it's like
okay.
It's like
yeah.
I think I was doing it at it's like 23% or something.
I think that would work, but I don't know what follow could get off the up smash. Isn't there like very few?
Yeah.
Well, what character are you playing against?
Just the Ditto, the Falco Ditto. I didn't find anything, but I was like, that like scratched the itch in my brain where I was like, the mcdonski. Could this be the new mcdonski?
I feel like Dare turnaround up tilt is just insanely better.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah. But I don't hate the idea. What else could you turn around with? Yeah. Forward tilt, angle of tilts wouldn't be good. I mean, Dare turnaround down tilt. That would be legitimate. At like... Actually... That might be okay. I don't know. Probably not worth the effort, though. Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just letting you hit me with 3 lasers with no counterplay.
That's like still like one of the biggest reasons why I haven't switched off the Falco. Is because
Why?
because I'm Falco, like I have the best thing to deal with lasers, which is just my own lasers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, that's a big reason I switched off Sheik, is because I just never got good at however Sheik's supposed to deal with it. And I really like Marth's easy power shield window on the backdash.
Yeah.
And just like crouching and like getting hit by one and fairing. I feel like he has really easy counterplay. Even if I'm not like the best hit still. Damn, I want to grab.
Which trigger do you L cancel with, and which trigger do you tech with?
I use L for everything except when I wave dash out of shield. Then I'll run up shield with L, switch to R, and then wave dash out with L.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
You wave dash with L too?
Yep.
That's
And my remove spring is R, so it's just the power shield button pretty much. Actually, no, I do shield with R sometimes now because of the non-light shield. Okay, nice, that good. That better shield. Like Dare, you got hit because you overextended on a Dare when I was like way too high for that Dare to hit, right? And then if you're playing Zane, you're dead. And I think Falco has to be like super conscious of that because good players will literally just kill you off that now. It's like, instead of maybe going for like the next hit, can I like just keep them in some kind of disadvantaged state where I can try and win the next mix-up? Oh god. Push me off. Nice. I'm gay. Alright, one more.
one more.
Choose your character versus Mark. Ready?
I do think to a certain extent I've been focusing. I feel like I'm literally just quoting Fiction, Kadoran a lot. But oops.
Oh, that's it.
Fiction said something I think in the same video where he was talking about like going to a set like just being like I'm gonna fucking four stock this guy. Where he was like, I would rather you be like the Falco that like essentially he was like if you avoid like Marth and the Falco Ditto.
Yeah.
Like I would rather you be the Falco that's like better at all the other matchups, like not because like you like necessarily are like spending so much more time, but just like you're just better at them. I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he essentially was just like don't get too lost in the sauce of like trying to like beat the Marth problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree.
And I think like that's something I've been kind of realizing.
Yeah, plenty of characters to beat. Plenty of matchups to learn.
That and like also just like
Nice.
to a certain extent I think like I feel like I've definitely hyper-focused a little bit on the Marth matchup. I think mostly just like, kind of like I said before, of like the problem that I felt like I had against Peach.
Yeah, just not sure how to kill, not sure how to do anything.
Yeah, like not sure how to like play neutral. Like I'm supposed to be disciplined, but like, what does that mean exactly?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's fair, yeah. Like
I
the
think
actual application.
Yeah, and I think like I feel the same way about Falcon too. Like Falcon's still like my fucking nemesis. I still fucking hate Falcon so much.
I'm right there with you. I think it's the fucking worst character in the whole game. I hate Falcon. I'd rather fight any character than Falcon. It's just such a fucking crapshoot to me, like, the overshoot nair, my nair, like, the timing of everything, it's just like, well, I feel like if he hits me, then I'm fucking dead. And if I hit him, tech chase time, and maybe I kill him. If I'm godlike. If I'm not. Nice weight, I like that. Ooh, that's good. Overextended. Nice. One more.
Okay.
That's port 1 for you. Actually, I don't know which one is. The last thing I was gonna say, back to the rhythm thing, which I think is like maybe super important and almost maybe the most important thing we talked about tonight, even though you brought it up, is I don't know how good this is with Falco, so you could try it, or maybe you've heard about it. I'm sure you have. I really fucking hated players who would like wave dash down. I think it's because they couldn't just do the timing mix-ups themselves, so they did the wave dash down to like simulate like a chunk of time, like a Yomi level 2 or just a wait or something. I was mostly like Fox players and Falcon players, I think. But maybe it's something you could try with Falco. I noticed you never do it. You see I like never ever do it, because I think it's fucking lame, but I feel like Tony might be a slight wave dash downer, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
not, actually. Yeah.
I haven't played Tony
But
in a long time.
I feel like it's something that if you're kind of like struggling with implementing the tempo changes or like thinking about it, it could be a way to like start to consciously think about it. Or you could just, you could just do it.
I think it's like what I like wrote down after for Duke on Monday was like what does like unconsciously mixing up my timing look like? Like how do I like sort of pay attention to it, but like without like strictly like calling it out in my head, being like, oh, I like dared shine late nair on or whatever instant nair on shield.
Yeah.
Like this time I'm gonna dare shine grab or some shit, or
It's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah. I don't know what that looks like. I do know what it looks like in regard to like maybe from another point of view, like, when I'm ledge dashing as Marth, like, I'm not getting the Galint required for me to roll safely, right? So it's like, there's 3 things I'm trying to mix up generally. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this, I never do that, actually. I'm trying to, like, do this, go on, and then roll, and then I'm trying to, like, do this a variable amount of times. But sometimes I do this, and then I roll back. Because I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to do something different, like... And I do take note of that mentally, and I do say it to myself, so maybe that's something you could try. Because it is a similar kind of situation, but then it's such a common situation that it's easy for me to kind of do that, right? It's like, I'm going to get up the ledge a little different this time, or like, he punished me for it last time, so what am I going to do now? Like,
yeah, I see what you mean.
But like, your dare shine and then jump forward, bear on shield, like that's like, I don't know how many times you're hitting Peach in that situation during a game. And I don't really know what other similar situations that are like kind of overlap with that you would also need to get a feel for, right? But one.
I think I feel like I do that already with I feel like I've done this like for a really long time with like techs or like get up options.
Okay, yeah.
Like I think like the classic like Falco thing is like I shoot a laser and it hits them, like what do they do after the laser? I don't really do that much anymore because like I've never found it to be like particularly indicative of like, oh, like,
yeah, I agree.
I don't know, because like
it's so
the first
hard
laser
because like, was it a low laser? Was it a high laser? Was it how close was it? Like,
yeah,
what was the position? What was the percent context? I've never been able to like answer that question when they say, "Oh, like just look at what they do with their laser." Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Like, there's a billion things he could do.
But I always feel like I've paid like really close attention to text. Like I remember talking to Tony about that and being like, not like pointing it out like how he was like teching, but I was like, don't you like think about like how your opponent like techs? You know, or like what get up option they do? Like, isn't that just like maybe like the one sort of thing that you can take note of? I think it matters a little less as Falco, but like, you know.
Yeah, it matters overall, just in the context of the game.
Yeah.
Like how scared they might be and all that stuff.
I'm gonna remember to fucking air dodge.
Oh.
But I think maybe that's like just a maybe if I can like allocate the mental stack of resources to like to that instead of like how I'm you know against the Sheik player that I lost to, it was like okay, like I'm hitting them, you know, with this sort of like string of moves on shield. I probably was just like attacking shield too much too, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, just dancing around, letting it strength, like let them fear a little bit, experience fear.
Maybe that's just like the new process is like trying to allocate those resources of like thought to that instead. Like, okay, what did I just do the last time? You know, and it's like a pitch in baseball where it's like, do I throw the same pitch again or do I throw a curveball?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think you can try and do that. And I think this is probably just because we were chatting and stuff. I think at the beginning you were pretty good at like when I was in the corner, it was hard for me to get out. You played that situation pretty well. I think as it went on, you either like attacked me in the corner right away, and it would work maybe because I don't have like invincibility or something. But I feel like some better players might get you for that. Or there was one situation in that last game around like 5 minutes, 50 seconds when we both had two stocks where you retreated a bit too far center stage to where I didn't feel threatened. And then when you came in, you immediately attacked me. And I think it worked. But I was thinking about it. So I think that there should play around with that range, especially against Marth, when he doesn't have like Galint. Or no, actually just any character. And knowing that they're like Galint ranges and like what they can do. I think you're like kind of there, but you could get a little more mileage off like playing that situation better. Like having center stage and knowing what to offer. Because I feel like you and like a lot of players, me even, like had the problem where you just like stand too close to the ledge, and then against like a really good player, you're gonna get fucked, right?
Yeah.
And now I think maybe you're standing just a bit far. I don't know. Yeah. But I could also just be smoking weed.
No, I think you're onto something. I think like I think it depends on the character. Like against Fox, like I don't even care. Like I'm not even gonna try and get close to the ledge. Like you can have the ledge, you can do whatever you want from the ledge. Like I'm gonna go over here and shoot a laser and just wait until you come back on stage, because the risk reward in my mind for like that specific situation is like so fucking skewed.
Yes.
In
Okay.
Fox's favor that like I'm not gonna. I think I mean I think part of it was also just like talking too. Like I don't know. I do think you have a good point that like the the corner pressure is like it's like trying to get like all of the ingredients in the same meal. It's like
Yes.
I need to do the corner pressure, and I need to be like operating at that safe distance where it's like I'm slowly pushing you off,
Hmm.
and like I'm not giving up enough space, but I'm also like I'm not playing too close, or it's like you're gonna like tipper fare me out of the corner, and then all of a sudden like now I'm stuck in the air for a month. Um, and then also like I think I've been playing like super 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 grounded, like too grounded, like not using the platforms at all. I think I got two.
Okay.
I think I got two like top platform, like just isn't useful. Um,
Hmm.
when in reality, I think in this specific matchup, I was trying to do it a little more of it in the
Yeah.
last couple of games of like trying to mix in, um, like platform stuff. I still wasn't doing it nearly as
Hmm.
much, but like baiting stuff and like trying to like go to side platform, like drop down, like shine, instant full hop, like wave land on top plat, like
Yeah. Yeah.
um, just trying to make those like how I like approach, um, in
Yeah.
neutral situations like a little more ambiguous rather than like I think the past like couple months I've just been like I'm staying on the ground, we're fighting on the ground,
Yeah.
and
And
like
ground game's cool for sure, but
I think that's like part of the like the skill plateau too now. I think is like that I'm experiencing is
hmm
like finding ways of like reintegrating like um like platform movement that isn't just like combos and stuff like that. You know?
yeah. Oh my
Um,
God, yeah. Falco can go crazy with that shit.
yeah,
That's true. I mean, just the more comfortable, consistent ways you have to like approach or do anything, then the more comfortable you'll be mixing things up, and then the better you'll be because you can play more skewed risk rewards.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, big time, big
Yeah.
time. Look at this
Oh
guy
my
with
God,
a
I just saw your tweet.
65 win rate. Oh yeah, you saw. I needed to delete that. I felt bad.
No, neutral wins 30 is awesome. Beneficial trades 1. They don't show, or do they show ledger
Yeah, it's the fourth number.
actions? Oh, ledger. Oh my God.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
tough.
I would think you need to wave dash more neutral. That'd be my big piece of advice for you.
Um, you know, honestly, do you want to know what I've thought about a lot looking at Flippy stats and stuff like that?
Yeah, hit me.
Is like I'm a Marth main pretending to be a Falco main.
That dash dance number is insane, especially for Falco, but it's probably good.
I think I dash dance way too fucking much. If you look at like my Slippypedia stats,
Hmm.
it's so bad, dude. It's fucking crazy.
I
It's
mean,
like
dash dancing without intent is like nothing. You know, it's just.
I think I according to Slippypedia, looking at all of my like 2 years worth of replays on here, I dash dance like twice as much as my opponent. Which
That's crazy.
I think what that's another thing too that I've realized, and this can be like what we ended on, is
Hmm.
um besides that I'm a Marth main pretending to be a Falco main with how much I love dash dancing,
Yep.
um, which like keeps me up at night being like fuck
And being on the ground.
and being like right
Yeah.
it's all Marth main it's all
That's awesome, Markman, yeah.
um is like I think I literally get caught dash dancing too much, and I haven't spent enough time like watching like my own VODs to like see if that's true or not. But
Hmm.
I just like when I look at like when I play a Falco Ditto or something,
Yeah.
and I go back and I like look at the Slippy stats. It's like I'm dash dancing like 2 or 3 times as much as they are, and like whatever like the results don't necessarily matter. Like I'm not like correlating like, oh, like if I dash dance more then I lose more, if I dash dance less then I win more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think that there's some cause and effect of like I'm probably dash dancing too much,
Mm-hmm.
and that's causing me to dash dance in spots where I shouldn't be dash dancing.
Sure. That's fair enough. I think that's a decent analysis like that. That very well could be true. It's hard to say without like seeing things, right? But
Like if I'm like dash dancing like for every 2 dash dances I do, you do 1, you know?
mhm.
And you know, if I do 100 and you do 50, like all of a sudden like if my dash dance success rate or whatever is like 80%, I'm
Yeah.
fucking up 20 times. Whereas
I see what you mean, yeah.
if your dash dance success rate is 80% like mine is, you're only fucking up um,
Yeah.
10 times.
I think
Just totally spitballing.
yeah. I mean it would just be good to take a look at like your dash dances and how if you're using them, if you're sometimes doing 3 quick ones, 4 quick ones, maybe 2 slow ones to kill some time for a timing mix up, I think it's totally fine. You can dash dance as what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dash dancing back and forth in place with no intent and no purpose, and you're functionally in the exact same spot, and you're not like baiting and trying to whiff punish anything, then it's yeah, you should probably not do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think inherently like it's bad because dashing does like disguise intent, just the act of like the dash animation because it can still do so many things from a dash as opposed to like if you were just standing there and then you like ran at me,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't know. So maybe just think about it a little more, but don't. I wouldn't worry about the statistic without like proof to back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. It was nice to talk.
Yeah. This was really helpful. I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. I don't know if I answered the question, but it was fun. I really like talking about this stuff. So anytime.
Me too. Like I said,
All
this
right.
is what I was looking for when I said we gotta
I'm gonna
play.
kill myself.
When I need mentality Mike. All right, dude.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Yep. Have a good night, dude.
You too. Bye.
Later.